Hello, and welcome to this week's episode of Cardinals On Air. I am your host, Emily Warford. We are starting off with what's happening around the school with Alex and Lacey.
Hi, I'm Lacey, and this is my co-host Alex, and today we're going to be discussing extracurricular activities going on around the school. This week we are going to have several basketball games. On Monday, the girls and boys C team played against Central City. On Tuesday, only the girls varsity played against Arcadia Loop City. Then on Thursday, we have girls junior varsity and varsity against Ord. And then boys JV and varsity also play against Ord too. And then Saturday we have some rescheduled games from last week that got canceled. We have both boys and girls varsity playing against Gibbon. And then next week is the Lou Platte Conference basketball. Both teams will be playing on Tuesday.
For our wrestling team, they will be competing Thursday against multiple different schools. Saturday, the varsity invitational for wrestling. Saturday is the varsity invitational for wrestling, and this one is also against multiple schools. Another thing is the school calendar says there is speech on Saturday. We have been informed that there will not be speech meeting this week.
This has been Lacey and Alex with extracurricular activities going around the school.
Thank you, Alex and Lacey. Basketball continues to be very busy. Good luck to all the athletes and coaches. Next, we are going to hear from Zayden and Vinny with our junior high interview.
My name is Vincent. This is my co-host Zayden, and today we'll be interviewing the 7th graders Rylan and Mackenzie.
All right, so first question, how is 7th grade different from 6th grade?
You have multiple teachers.
And you have more homework.
All right. Do you like math more than recess?
You get to work on homework more.
Third question, how do you like eating lunch with the high schoolers?
I think it's cool because you actually get to choose where you get to sit. You don't have like certain sections.
It's cool. Like, give me food.
Okay. Are you doing any sports this year?
Yes.
Okay. How were sports different this year from last year?
Well, they're competitive.
Okay.
What is your favorite subject, what is your favorite subject so far this year?
Social studies.
Social studies.
All right. How do you like block schedules?
They're okay when they're odd and they're okay when they're even. I'm just kind of about it.
Just elongates the period.
How do you feel about Nest?
You get to play games and
Eat
meet
food.
high schoolers.
Oh, the Christmas nest that we had, we got to eat food.
All right. That sounds pretty fun. But that is it with the 7th grade interview with me, Vincent, my co-host Zayden, and 7th graders Mackenzie and Rylan.
Thank you, Zayden and Vinny, for talking with Rylan and Mackenzie. Next up, we have Lauren and Kinley interviewing the seniors.
Hello, my name is Lauren, and I'm here with my co-host Kinley. And today, for our senior interview, we are interviewing Carter and Aubrey. First questions are the high school.
Describe how your high school year is going so far in 2 words.
Very busy.
Stressful and enjoyable.
Are you doing any sports or extracurricular activities? If so, what are they?
I'm doing cheer this year. And
Right now, in this current season, I'm in basketball, then like the musical, student council, and that's all just right now in the winter, but there are other activities I'm involved in during the fall and spring.
For your last year, how do you like the block schedule?
I don't like having 4 schedules a week. It's too much.
Honestly, it depends on the week. One week I'll be loving it, and then the next week I absolutely hate it. So it just kind of depends on the mood that I'm in. I think there's good parts of it for some classes, and other classes it's terrible.
What is the most challenging task as a senior?
Showing up because we're just tired and we want to get out of here.
I would say like the scholarships. It's just a lot of work, and you don't realize it until you actually have to do it. It's just a lot to do at once, and sometimes it can be overwhelming.
What has been the highlight of your senior year?
Football season. I love cheering at the football games and the Friday night lights.
Probably there's no one, just the year as a whole. I can't pinpoint one specific thing, just the whole year has been really enjoyable so far.
What are you gonna miss the most when you leave?
I would definitely say a lot of my classmates. You never know if you're going to be able to see some of them again, especially once you go off to college. Everybody's going to be doing their own thing, so it's just going to be weird not seeing the same people every single day.
I'm going to miss getting coffee before school with my friends.
What did you want to be when you grow up?
I wanted to be a doctor.
For the longest time when I was little, I wanted to work for NASA, but I did not want to go to space because I was scared of heights.
Okay, now some college questions. What are you guys going into?
I'm personally going into the Army and then getting an online education in nursing.
And then I'm going into pre-pharmacy.
What college did you guys go into?
I'm going to UNL.
And I'm going to UNK.
What do you think college would be like?
I have no clue since I'm going online.
And I think it'll be similar to high school, just with a lot more freedom, which I'm looking forward to.
In college, are you going to do any extracurricular activities or just focus on schoolwork?
Mostly focus on schoolwork.
I have not decided. I will either do nothing or I will be going into the UNK band.
Are you going to miss Donovan?
Oh, of course.
Yes and no. I mean, I'll miss it a little bit, but it's also going to be nice to be somewhere that isn't here.
What do you plan on doing for a job?
I plan on going into infantry, and then after I get out of service, I plan on getting my nursing degree.
And then I'm going to pursue becoming a pharmacist.
Where do you see yourself in 10 years?
In a home, probably married, maybe with kids. Who knows?
Hopefully living in a small town kind of like Donovan that hopefully isn't Donovan. And then just kind of enjoying life and just seeing where things take me.
You guys said you're going to college, but what is like your dream college when you're little?
Probably NYU.
I didn't really have a dream college. I mean, for a long time, I jokingly wanted to play basketball at Duke, but I knew that wasn't going to happen, so I didn't really have one.
This has been Lauren and Kinley with our seniors, Carter and Aubrey. Thanks for talking with us.
Moving on, I will be talking with one of our foreign exchange students. Hello, I am Emily Warford, and today I will be interviewing Amelie. Where are you from?
I'm from the south of Germany.
And who are your host parents?
My host parents are Dawn and Brian Stock.
And how has school been so far?
I really liked it. The people here are really nice.
And what made you decide to study abroad?
I like the English language and I always wanted to go away and see the world, so I decided to make a year abroad.
Speaking of schools, what's the difference between your school back home and Donovan?
I think you're more flexible in Donovan, like you can have your kind of your own schedule, and in Germany you don't get to choose anything. And it's more like fun because you have sports and all that stuff, and in Germany it's just school.
Have there been any foods that you really enjoy in America?
It's cinnamon rolls. That's my favorite.
And what has been the hardest thing to adapt to in the U.S.?
I think the culture, just the way the people are, that's like something I struggled the most with, to get used to like the way they handle things.
What do you miss the most about living in Germany?
Probably my family and friends. That's really hard. It was tough for me.
Speaking of family, how do you keep in touch with people back in Germany?
Video calls, Snapchat, like we speak like twice, every other week. Yeah.
And what else would you like to do with your host family before you go back home?
we're gonna go on a vacation, hopefully, and just spending time with them, even just sitting on the couch on evenings, like spending time like that. That's like one of my favorite things with my family.
Are you eager to go back home, or do you wish to stay a little longer?
Since I just transferred here and I like it so much better here, I would like to add another 5 months if I could.
This has been Emily with foreign exchange student Amelie. Next, we have this week's staff interview with Aaron and Cohen.
This is Cohen Johnson and Aaron Long here with Miss Dee for our staff interview.
So how do you like DT so far?
So far, it's been really good. I have some amazing students and some amazing coworkers and administration who have made this, my first job, incredible so far.
So this is your first year teaching?
This is my first year teaching, yes.
What made you want to become a teacher?
When I was a sophomore, I was given the chance to be a math tutor. And getting to watch the concepts click with students really made me happy. And I also noticed that a lot of students will say that they hate math, and I don't think that it's necessarily that they hate math, it's just that they haven't had classes that have allowed them to make connections and really build their problem-solving skills and critical thinking skills, which makes it more fun. So I wanted to be that teacher.
Why did you choose to teach at DT? Like, did it just want to live around here?
My family lives in the St. Paul area, so it's an area that I'm familiar with, and then I also had some connections to here. I worked for Raider Detasseling, so I knew them, and I knew Michaela. She was actually friends with my student teacher, my cooperating teacher, so it felt like home already because I knew people from around the area.
What college did you go to before becoming a teacher?
I went to the University of Nebraska, Kearney.
So you're originally from St. Paul?
My family lives in St. Paul, but I actually graduated high school from Waverly High School, which is outside of Lincoln.
A little ways away.
A little bit different.
When you were going into college, did you always plan on becoming a teacher?
Yes, I did. I knew kind of from that first math tutoring position that I wanted to teach for the rest of my life.
Where did you do your student teaching at?
I student taught at Seward.
What degrees do you have now?
Just math education, 6 through 12.
Are you going to try and get any other degrees?
Potentially. I think I'm thinking about going back to get my degree in counseling. I'm not sure if I would want to go into counseling for sure because I'm really loving being a math teacher right now.
So this has been Aaron Long and Cohen Johnson for the teacher interview with Miss Dee.
Thank you, Miss Thede, for sharing with us. That wraps up this edition of Cardinals On Air. I have been your host, Emily. Thanks for joining us today.
That's all for Cardinals On Air.
Over and out.